Hi guys, so I think it might be a pyjama and baking day today, but just to let you know, last night or yesterday I only read about 33 pages of My Sister Jodie. I read some this morning as well whilst I was in bed, but so far it's slow. I was hoping to love it straight off, but I'm kind of still excited because I just remember when it gets more intense and I'm like waiting for those emotions to kick in. But at the minute they've just, well, I didn't realise how soon they were moving home and going to like this boarding school, but that's pretty much the first 33 pages. They're packing and stuff, so I'm looking forward to when they actually move, because I remember the shift in popularity where Pearl becomes more confident in herself and that, and it's Jodie that you see suffering a lot more, which is really sad, but I'm interested to see that character development. So I will update you again and I've got some more stuff to say. Hopefully I fall in love with it again, I really hope so. So I ended up getting dressed in the end, and I really haven't done an awful lot of reading. We made some brownies, we've yet to chop them up, but we also had like a bit of a tidy up, so that's how our brownie has turned out. I really need to peel it off of this actually. And I've moved Elsa, my cat, her stuff, so it's now over here, which some people might be like, ew, why is she up on the side? But we just wanted as much stuff off of the floor as possible. We're always wiping down stuff anyway, so it's next to like the washing up, but it's alright. We don't eat up here or anything like that. We just store this, let it dry, put it away, you know. So yeah, we keep it clean, don't worry. And it used to be up here, but now we've decided we kind of use this more for eating and preparation, and we just thought it was a bit grim. So it wasn't grim, we keep it clean, but we've decided to move the microwave over here, and just to encourage them now to go and eat over there, so we're not like directly in each other's way, because we have found that we're using the island more now in terms of food prep and stuff, so it just makes more sense for her to be moved over there with her food. So yeah, I really haven't read that much. I think I'm going to do a bit of reading now. My boyfriend has just gone out for a run, so optimal time for me to sit down and hopefully get a couple of chapters in. Where am I now at the minute actually? I'm not very far at all actually. I'm only on chapter 4, so I really do need to bust out some reading. Also, I found out, I don't know if I've already mentioned this, but I used to write in my books like when I started them and that, and it's funny because it's almost exactly, I think, 12 years to the month that I picked this up. How weird, because it said I started this at 11. I started it on the 27th of April 2008 and I finished it on the 30th of May 2008, and I've randomly picked it up in May of this year, which is interesting. So yeah, cool, weird, trippy. Let's continue reading, I guess. Afternoonals, well, that came out weird. Afternoon all. So I am about halfway through My Sister Jodie. I'm just about to start chapter 14 on page 201, and we're just about to get into Pearl's 11th birthday party. In terms of characters, I really do like Harley. I think he's super sweet. I like how Pearl's able to open up with him a bit more, but I don't really like her over adoration of Jodie. Like, it's annoying. I understand like kind of idolising your big sibling, especially when they're so different to you and they're like more outspoken and you're very shy. I get that, but reading back on it now, it's just so almost over the top because it completely takes away Pearl's own identity. And I know she's kind of like coming into herself and finding her confidence and stuff, but it's just, it's too much. I think as a child reading this I could relate to it a little bit more, but looking back at it now, I'm just like, I don't like Jodie as a character, honestly, and I feel like because Pearl's idolising her so much, it's just annoying. But I do think the sister relationship is really like nice. Jodie does treat her really good as a sibling, as an older sibling. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of bring that across because it kind of annoys me. But yeah, I am halfway through, as I said. I've been reading kind of on and off all day so far through to the afternoon. We are going to go and get a bit of food shopping, but we're going to wait until it gets a little quieter outside, and then I'll probably continue this for a bit more. I do want to get at least 3/4 of the way in, so I only have a little bit to read and hopefully can finish it tomorrow, but we shall see. So I just wanted to pop on and say that I must say Jacqueline Wilson is really good with her descriptions of like old things falling to pieces. It's actually kind of something that makes me feel sick, like the thought of old teddies, and honestly reading this book where I can see the yellow pages. I love that it can age and it's a childhood book, but see the yellow pages and touching it's kind of making me feel a bit sick. And the way she's describing like these old monkey teddies falling apart and being soft and damp is like, it's honestly making me feel a bit on edge, but the descriptions are good enough to make me feel that way, I guess. Very well written, I would say. Also, we're getting to the point now where I think term is about to begin, so we're going to see Pearl and Jodie in this new setting with like other elements thrown into the environment, like new children and stuff and lessons and all that sort of thing. Mum and Dad being busy with actual like children boarding in, and not having the kind of leisure to run around freely. So we shall see how this plays into things. I think I'm on a bit more than the last fourth of the book, and I honestly thought there was that things got there quicker. I don't know, it's really weird. It's really weird how I feel like it's because I can only remember certain bits and mainly the traumatic stuff. So for me, in my head, when I think about it, I guess technically that's the whole book. But yeah, we're getting to that bit. They've just gone up to the attic and up into the tower, and it's like, oh, I'm getting full of dread right now. So I'm just about to start chapter 21, and I cannot remember this bit happening at all from my original first read as a kid, but Jodie seems to have taken a pregnancy test, and I could just imagine my 11-year-old self hiding that page from my mum, thinking, oh no, she's going to take the book away from me if she sees that. But whoa, I don't remember this occurring. I don't know if it was really spoken about, but maybe my mind, obviously test of time is just kind of, it's been a while, but maybe my mind at that point didn't really take that in, and it was more about like the action of what it was leading up to and stuff, even though I didn't know at the time. But you know what I mean, like, I don't remember that part at all. So it'll be interesting, again, reading it from this perspective to see how they handle those themes, if it is fleshed out a little bit more. That might be the reasoning for her going in the tower and getting silly and falling, because I feel like she drinks and then finds her way into the tower. I can't remember if she dies or if she just hurts herself really badly. I think she dies. So we're gonna find out. I think I might put the book down for the night now because I'm getting kind of tired. Like my eyes are just getting a bit like irritated and sore. I've only got what looks to be a couple of chapters left, but perhaps I'll finish that in the morning tomorrow, or we might take a walk, so I might read a walk or something. We'll see. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be finishing this by the looks of things this weekend, which I'm really happy about. So I shall get back to you either as the tension is happening. This might be tomorrow or tonight, or once I'm finished. We shall see. I feel like that's the theme of these vlogs. We shall see, we shall see. And I've sort of a weird like mouth whistle. Okay, I think I want to watch telly or YouTube for a bit now. Yeah, I'll probably just pick it back up tomorrow. Okay, I've decided. See you tomorrow. Morning all. It sounds like a windy day today, but it's quite refreshing. We've got the windows wide open. It just feels so nice and breezy. It was really hot yesterday when we went out, so it's nice to have a little bit of that fresh, cool wind, take the edge off of the heat. I am nearly done. I'm just gonna like smash out these last couple of pages really, which is probably about 2 chapters. I'm on page 354, but for some reason on Goodreads I noticed when I marked this book as being like currently read as a reread, it only had 200 and something pages in it, so I don't know if that was just like a shorter edition or they had smaller sized font in that one. But I am on chapter 23, and as I said, there's only a short amount. I feel like they might either keep that as one whole chapter, that little bit, or maybe split it in 2. They're at a Halloween party at the minute for the school, and they're feeling a bit silly because none of the kids other than the little children have dressed up, and it's kind of caused even more fire for the girls to take the mick out of Jodie. And now obviously because Pearl is dressed up as well, they're sort of giggling at her as well. So I feel like this is when she's going to get upset and fed up. I feel like now, it did happen in Halloween, I think that's coming back to me. I think she's going to run up and just try to have time on her own, and then bad things happen. Maybe she doesn't get drunk, I don't know, I had that in my head. But as I keep saying, we shall see. I'm just having a coffee at the minute, which is not like me. I don't usually drink much coffee. That's a cool little thumbnail actually, I might take a picture of that. But I've got it in my Nightmare Before Christmas mug. It's just, I think, the gold coffee if any of you are interested. And yeah, I'm gonna slowly finish the book. I do feel like I am kind of self-sabotaging myself again by finding distractions not to finish. I always do this at the last little pages. Like usual, I could have finished this yesterday, but it got to the point where I was just really tired. I just watched YouTube in bed until I fell asleep, and now it's like, oh, I've only got a little bit left, but I kind of don't want it to end, and it's always the way. But yeah, I shall probably catch you as usual, as I said yesterday, I believe, as things are happening, if I've got any major points, or once I have finished. I realised I didn't come back to you about the pregnancy thing, so it wasn't Jodie, and I thought, oh, maybe this is her kind of lying because it's hard to tell, but I think I remember now, the mum, right? And that's why she's acting different, like maybe she doesn't want this child. I know she's finding it difficult at the school working and how Jodie's like reacting and stuff, but I think it's her. Also, it seems like the tower accident doesn't happen at Halloween, which I thought it was. As I was reading, I was like, oh yeah, I remember this, but oh my god, I guess I don't remember as well as I thought I did. I think it looks like it's coming to maybe bonfire night by the picture, and it's just getting so much less and less, and I'm thinking, how are they gonna have, like, literally this is the only thing I remembered from the book so vividly about this accident thing, and I'm thinking, how are they gonna punch such an impact in such a small space of time? I thought it took up a lot of the book. I don't know. Read the part where Jodie falls from the tower, and it was still like my heart was thudding, like I just felt like I was breathing heavily. It was not pleasant to read. I think I remember crying at this point when I read it, like back when I was 11. It didn't fill me with that sort of emotional crying, but I was reading it with like dread. I didn't want to read that. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Right, by the looks of things, maybe one more chapter left and that'll be the end of it. That was just as traumatic as I remember. And now we've got the aftermath, and it just sounds horrible. It looks like Pearl wants to hold her, but nobody would let her hold her, or obviously all the trauma of the children seeing that. And obviously Jodie herself having to go through that plummeting and knowing she's gonna die. Oh my god, that's horrible. I think the bit that's got me the most emotional is that at the funeral, Pearl was like whispering, pretending she was having a conversation with Jodie, and that Jodie was gonna prank them and jump out of the coffin and say it's all a joke, and she was just muttering to herself, comforting herself in that way. And it was so heartbreaking because it was like her and her sister were so close. I could fully understand and believe that she had that sort of little consciousness in the back of her head that was in Jodie's voice and talking to her how Jodie would have talked to her, and that was just too much. Honestly, I started getting teary-eyed and my throat feels like really thick. You know, you try to hold in tears and stuff, it just feels all swollen inside. But yeah, I'm on the last couple of pages now. They're going to move shortly after the funeral, and I just think it's so sad because for once Pearl was happy and she found friends and she grew into herself. Obviously at the horrible misfortune of Jodie not fitting in and acting up even more, and then this ultimate big show off ended so tragically and so horribly, and would be something that would scar everyone forever. But it's just such an unfortunate ending, and knowing now as I'm reading it that it was like the last little bit at the end of the book, looking back you can see how amazing all the growth that they had. Even though Jodie struggled, she was good with the little kids, and then her being pushed aside for Pearl's storytelling because it wasn't scary or anything, and it's just the backwards and forwards of growth as a teenager, as a kid, and how generally together they were happy. And then just this ending was just really, really sad. I don't like the long stockings with these hairdo. I have just finished My Sister Jodie by Jacqueline Wilson, and yeah, wow. It's getting a .star just because I think originally I gave it a 5 stars, or when I first got Goodreads I was kind of flicking through all the older books I'd read, not knowing what year I'd read them at the time. I just gave them mainly 5 stars I think, because I remember enjoying them a lot. But yeah, I'll give this a 4 star on my second read of it, just because it didn't hit me as hard as originally it did, and obviously I knew the main big plot twist, so I was sort of alluding to that every time, so it didn't shock me as much as it did in my first read, and even still as an 11-year-old, where you didn't really read much about this back then. But nevertheless it was beautiful in showing, you know, the difficulties of sisterhood, growing up, growing apart, grief, new beginnings, all those sort of things. And it was a beautiful kind of introduction to that for a younger audience, but also a wonderful kind of nostalgia, very emotional trip for older readers or someone rereading it like myself. So yeah, My Sister Jodie, so glad to have reread this. I don't know if I mentioned to begin with, but it was one of the books I wanted to read last year for the Pop Sugar Challenge 2019. I can't remember what that challenge was for, but I can tick it off now. And yeah, that concludes this reading vlog. It's been a bit of an emotional one, but I was craving that this time. So yeah, I'm so glad to have read that, and I'm so glad that I still enjoyed it. At first I thought it was going to be a 3 stars, but it's a 4 stars, 5 stars sort of read. So let me know if you've read My Sister Jodie, what books you have loved from Jacqueline Wilson growing up, or other children's authors. Maybe if you want me to do another vlog like this, tell me what I should read next. I've got a whole load of Jacqueline Wilson books that I have kept hold of from my childhood, but there's so many ones that I haven't read yet that I could always borrow out the library when libraries open and stuff, if you'd like me to do that. But for now, thank you so much for watching. I shall speak to you in another video soon. Bye.